Judge Napolitano just went on TV and said something Loretta Lynch didn't want getting out. Is there finally going to be an investigation of Loretta Lynch? Is it finally going to happen? Judge Napolitano weighed in today and said that Lynch has a lot of explaining to do following the FBI Director Comey's to the Senate.
Republican senators talking about hearing from Loretta Lynch, but we've heard from Dianne Feinstein, top Democrat as well. Do you think in this milieu we'll ever hear from her?
I think we should hear from her. I think she has a lot of explaining to do. I mean, why did she meet with Bill Clinton while Bill himself and Hillary were subjects of a criminal investigation? Why did she instruct the head of the FBI to use terminology that the Clinton campaign wanted her to use? Does this memorandum between her and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the head of the Democratic National Committee, in which she outlines what she's going to do or what she's not going to do to help Mrs. Clinton, does it exist, or is that just a fabrication?
A real document?
Correct. Did Jim Comey have it? Was it real? Did he rely on a false document, or did it never exist? But Jim Comey, and Bill just outlined the situation about whether Jim Comey laid out a case for obstruction of justice against President Trump. Jim Comey laid out a case for misconduct in office for Loretta Lynch. Now, departments of justice attorneys general do not like investigating their predecessors because they don't want their successors to investigate them. But Comey certainly laid out enough evidence to warrant the beginning of an investigation of Loretta Lynch. Not by the Senate Judiciary Committee, which will probably come, but by the DOJ itself. Not by the special counsel, this has nothing to do with Russia, but by the FBI and the Justice Department. Did their former boss use the Department of Justice for political purposes? Did she tailor law enforcement decisions to help the Obama White House and Mrs. Clinton's campaign?
Okay, as all of that plays out, the president's legal team, at least one member, Jay Sekulow, you and I know him very well, both of us for years. He's out there defending or trying to defend the president on the Sunday shows. In the meantime, he's saying, well, he's defending the president, saying he's not, we have no notification that he's under investigation. He's pointing the finger back at what James Comey had to say during his testimony. Here's a little bit of what Jay said about that.
The fact of the matter is, you have a former FBI director, I want to think about this for a moment, who leaks information that he obtained. He had a conversation with the President of the United States, writes it down on a government computer, in his government vehicle, puts it in his government desk, and then when he's terminated, he leaks it to a friend of his to leak it to the New York Times for the sole purpose, he testifies under oath, for the sole purpose of obtaining a special counsel. That's what needs to be investigated here.
Do you think some of that's getting lost in the mix?
I don't think that is as serious as an issue as Jay has presented. I say this with deference and respect and affection because you say we've known him, and I've known him for 20 years, and I have respect and affection for him. But he's got a client. He's got to advocate for the client. He's got a client, by the way, who advocates for himself. So when the client says, I'm being investigated, a witch hunt, and then Jay tells Chris Wallace he is being investigated, he's not being investigated, there are some
and he wanted it to be
issues.
clear that he's saying he's not being investigated. Jay wanted that to be clear. There was a lot of back and forth with him.
Okay, so did Jim Comey present enough evidence in public to warrant the beginning of an investigation of the president? Answer, yes. Is Bob Mueller doing that? I don't know, but he probably should do so to see if there's more there or to let the president off the hook. As for the Comey leak of a memo, this is a document that he wrote, which was not privileged and which did not contain classified material. There's no crime or impropriety whatsoever in revealing selected portions of that to the press to get your side of the events out. It looks bad because he's prosecuted leakers as the head of the FBI, but this was not a leak that rose to the level of a crime.
I'll tell you what, all of this is going to keep you very busy.
Yes,
We're going to see a lot of you, Judge. We like it.
And we have the Supreme Court coming down any minute for the next 2 Mondays.
We do, and rumors growing about a possible retirement. More on that.
He's playing both sides there. He is talking about the fact that Loretta Lynch instructed Comey to talk about the Hillary Clinton investigation, not an investigation but a matter. To that point, it's the Federal Bureau of Investigation, not the Federal Bureau of Matters. Comey laid out a case for misconduct in office for Loretta Lynch, said Napolitano. He said that the Senate investigation might not happen, but Comey has given enough evidence to start an FBI investigation. Come on, patriots, get Judge Napolitano's word out there. We need to get Lynch up on stand and get her to explain why she met with Bill Clinton during the campaign. I think, yeah, but did you notice like how Napolitano was talking about Trump's attorney, that he didn't acknowledge him the right way. Trump isn't under investigation. He isn't. He's investigating now for obstruction of justice into the Michael Flynn. But they're still running with that Russia story. You know, it's a disaster. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.